So I'm back in the art studio kitchen. I was actually making salsa for hubby and I'm about to can it in the water bath. I would love to have like a pressure canner. I don't have one yet. I'm really grateful to a really good friend of mine who's taught me so much this year about canning, growing foods, and I just love that we are able to share that knowledge because it's not something that's taught in schools at all. So it's really wonderful when we can get an education from those who have canned their whole lives or been growing their own foods. It's a definitely beneficial thing to know in your life. It saves you, helps your health. It saves you money, saves you time. And it's really just about time management and how you manage that time, because it does take time to cook up some salsa and put it in the canner. So I don't have a pressure canner. I was starting to talk about that. I have a water bath canner, and that works fine with tomato products. But I can't do things like vegetables or beans or anything like that, which my goal is to get to that point this year. We're working on it. I'm working on it. Anyway, I had promised I would do the video on the plantain. I took a photo and it was on Instagram and Facebook of the plantain drying. So now it's nice and dry. So like I said before in my other video too, this is not the plantain fruit, not the banana. This is a plant. And so what I do is I dry it out here on the, this one is not dry, so we're going to separate that out. There's a couple that are not dry yet. It's taking a little longer to dry things right now because the weather's been strange. We've had humidity. Today was the first day that it felt like, okay, this is a New Mexico summer starting. Sun's out, it's a little bit hot, it's a little dry, so that's good. Anyway, so I'm going to take the plantain, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to infuse oil with it. I'm going to put it in a jar. And you don't want it to be too small pieces because you want to be able to strain it later. So I just take a pair of scissors and cut it like that. And then you just, fill your jar up as full as you can get it. And so I also eat the plantain in salads. I know someone, my friend, she puts it in tea. I like to chew the dried leaves. And, it has kind of a pungent taste when it's dry, but when it's, fresh, it's just like, any other type of lettuce. And this plant has a lot of really fantastic qualities. And because I'm not a nutritionist or an herbalist, I'm not going to tell you about all those qualities. But I really love to have it in my oils for my skin. And eating it, I feel it helps a lot. So if you want to look up, in an herbal book about the plant plantain and all the qualities it has, that'll help you. But I'm just going to show you how I use it. So there we go. We almost have it full. And my water bath is trying to get to a boiling point before I put all those jars in. And Molly is being difficult. Her back door is open. She can just come and go as she pleases, but she sees I'm busy and would rather I go with her, which I will do in just a minute, silly girl. All right, so I have this jar pretty full. I'll kind of stuff it down a little bit, but you have to remember it'll expand a little bit. And then I just use plain olive oil. I don't care for like the darker olive oils for this because I want it to really absorb. And sometimes the olive oil will fight like if it's like a rose or something like that, it'll fight the aroma. The plantain has no aroma, so that doesn't really matter. But then what I'm going to do is close that up. You want to make sure all of the plants are underneath the oil. because if they stick up out of the oil, so I'm going to add a little more oil. If they stick up out of the oil, what will happen is the oxygen will hit that piece of plant, and then it can mold, and that's no good. We don't want that. So I make sure it's really submerged under the oil, and then I close it up really tight, and then I'll mark what it is and the date, and then just put it right up here in my cabinet up here because it's dark. You know, I close that up and it's dark, and so then I leave that there. I check it a couple times. I'll shake it for a couple weeks to a month. The longer the better with the plantain, so I'll probably do it for about a month, and then strain it from the plant because we want to reduce any chance that the plant gets into the oxygen and starts to cause a problem with the oil. We don't want to do that. Anyway, once it's infused, you know, about a month, then I strain it, and then I can just store it, you know, however long, you know, maybe a year at the most. But I use it up so fast. It never stores that long because I put it in the all the balms that I make and lotion, and it's really improved things tremendously. So anyway, that's it. That's the plantain infused oil. And pretty soon I'm going to be straining my rose oil that I did with the rose petals. And my roses are starting to get some of the blooms back from when we had that huge windstorm. So I'm letting them grow, and I will be doing some more oil, and then also I'll be doing some rose water. So that'll be exciting. So hang on for that, and I hope you're all having a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.